everyone. Welcome to PHTV Channel 4 in Palos Heights. Today we are around Palos. I'm Sue Jankowski, and we have two great people that we are visiting with today. The first one is Tara Rosenwinkel, who is the Education Program Coordinator and Naturalist at Lake Katherine and Nature and Botanic Centers right here in Palos Heights. Welcome today, Tara.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. And we also have Sophie Shukin, who is a naturalist. Thanks for being here today. And as I said, they both come to us from Lake Katherine Nature and Botanic Gardens, which I'm sure we're all pretty familiar with. And it's really an exciting place. Actually, summer, winter, spring, and fall, you can head over to Lake Katherine and enjoy being out in nature and feeling good about, connecting with Mother Earth. That's how I feel about it over there. And I think people think, well, maybe we can't go over there in the winter, but we can. It's open, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yes.
24/7. Well, maybe not 24/7, but we can go over there and enjoy being part of nature, even when it's really cold outside, as it is today. So I guess, first of all, I'm talking about winter in that, a lot of people think, well, it's winter, I'm not going to be outside. But the truth of the matter is there are things that people can do outside at Lake Katherine. So could you tell us a little bit about what people could expect to see or do at Lake Katherine in the winter months?
So we have a number of things that the public can do. We rent snowshoes for $6 an hour. You can rent those out when there's snow on the grounds. You can actually walk around, which is a really fun experience. We also have our beautiful trails that are still maintained, so you can still walk around and get outside, especially when there's tracks or, on the snow or on the mud. You can identify different creatures that are normally, like, you wouldn't see their footprints. You could see those. There's different winter birds that you can look at. The water has a lot of waterfowl that still is visiting us because we have open water, so you can definitely see different types of birds and migrating birds as well. And it's also just a nice way to get outside and enjoy being out in nature. So.
It really is. I think I kind of forgot about the ability to rent snowshoes.
Yes.
And so if you were planning like a trip maybe out west or Colorado where it was guaranteed, maybe more snow, it's a good time to practice that a little bit too.
Absolutely.
Yep, it's a perfect beginner spot for snowshoeing.
Yeah, exactly. Now, can families do this? Are there like little snowshoes for little people, or is kind of an adult experience?
We have both kid sizes and adult sizes. It just kind of depends on the size of the
Child's foot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is just kind of like almost a one-size-fits-all type of a boot, where it just kind of has a strap that stretches around it. So
okay.
Boots are recommended just because, one, you're going to be walking in snow, so you'll want to have more protection on your feet, but then two, it'll help to keep your snowshoe really strapped on and secure.
That sounds like fun. Now, the lake is off limits, right? We don't have people walking or trying to walk across the lake because it's aerated and there's water there.
Right,
Correct.
absolutely. At different times of the year, or last week there was a part open of the lake that was not open last week, so we don't really know how safe various parts of the areas or the lake are. So we just recommend nobody step on the lake.
And I get a little nervous when I go through the forest preserves and I'm watching bunches of people playing hockey and stuff and it's not really that cold. Today is cold, but I do worry about that, looking at them all out there. I guess it's, somebody said it's okay. I don't know. I got to stop looking at them so I don't worry about it. Okay, so those are great ideas, and everybody likes to look at birds. The nature center where you could go in and look at, tracks and pictures of birds so you know what you're looking at. Is that available currently to go into and look at?
Yes, the Nature Center is open from 9 to 5 on the weekdays and then 10 to 3 on Saturdays. So you can come into the Nature Center and learn about, the various animals we have around here. We also have a little play area for kids and some art to play with. And then we also have, various amounts of snakes and turtles and cute animals to see downstairs and upstairs.
Yeah, we also have obviously naturalists around too. If you have any questions, we're happy to answer any questions too. And we do have tons of resources that if you needed to or wanted to look up something, you could definitely look at one of our books that we have too to try to identify whatever you saw. So
That's great, because I just was out in my driveway yesterday and I saw these great little paw prints, and I thought,
yeah.
I think those are raccoon. I'm not sure. So it would be nice to be able to just easily go and look and take that snowshoe trip and see what things you can identify with, especially for kids who are, kind of bottled up now at this time of year, and it's nice to have them out. Even if it's cold, bundle up and enjoy being out in nature. Do you get a lot of people coming out this time of year? Well, I know it's kind of dependent on the weather, but I would think it would be so beautiful to go with snow and that. Do you have a good amount of people coming in?
I would say every day we have walkers around the trails. We don't have a day where we don't see somebody walking the trails, so they're always utilized. We get a lot of runners from the community college or the colleges coming through running the trails. So.
Oh yeah, good. That's good. Cool. All right. Now, we always look forward to the programs and activities that might be available. Like Katherine, there are things that families and children and even adults can sign up for. Could you give us just a little preview of maybe some of the things that might be coming in February, March, April?
Sure.
Yeah, well, starting with the adult program side, that's kind of my forte. So we have several programs coming up. Once a month we do adult evening programs where we have some beverages, and we do like an art-related nature project. So in February, unfortunately it's already booked, but we have a macrame making class where you guys learn how to make a plant hanger and then put it in your house and bring some greenery into your house. And then in March, the registration will be open soon for a birdhouses and brews event. So we'll learn how to make a birdhouse for your yard. And then we also have some adult nature hikes. So during the day, we have in March a history of the Illinois waterways walk that'll go on March 11th, I believe. It's a Friday, and we'll go out and we'll talk about the history of the Illinois waterways, Lake Katherine, the canal, talk about engineering and kind of fun stuff like that.
If someone wanted to find out more information or sign up or be aware of what's coming, what would they look for? Would they just go call you up, be on the internet? Are they in the Park and Rec playbook? How do they go about finding you?
So it's actually the first two. We have a new sign-up system called Civic Rec, which they can actually register. They make a whole household account. They can register themselves and create accounts for their kids or family members or whoever. And they can actually see all of the open programs that we have and register right there and then. Or they could give us a call if they wanted to register over the phone and get more information about it that way. If they were wanting to keep an eye on what kind of programs we have coming up, they could definitely check out our social media pages, which is Facebook and Instagram.
So a lot of choices.
Yes.
I think it's really great if people could look ahead and think, oh, I really want to do that.
Yes.
And sign up for it, because as you said, these things fill up.
Yeah, they book up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, that's what you want. But you also want to participate, so that's good to look ahead and do those things. That's really great. Now, what about for children or families?
Yeah, so we offer a lot of different programs for a variety of ages. We have our Nature Tots programs, which are 18 months to 3 years old, which is one of the most popular ones because there's not really a lot of programs for that age group, which is one of my favorite ones because it's just really exciting to see that young of an age get really involved in exploring. It's based around nature themes, so there's a topic specifically around a nature theme, and it's a parent-child program, so the parents also get to come around with the child and just explore. It's not so much as teaching as it's more about exploring so that the children can learn through exploration, which is really great. But we have some spring programs coming up where they're going to be learning about different bugs and flowers and things, so it'll be based around a theme like that. We also have our Little Explorers, which is for ages 4 to 6, and these are also parent-child-based programs where they also get to be exploring around nature, but it's a little bit more structured where they're going to be having a teacher really teaching this and getting to learn with their parent as well. And then one of our more popular ones is our Junior Explorers, and this one reaches out to homeschooled groups as well as any e-learners and just anyone wanting to kind of come around and do some programs that way, and it is centered around some school principals as well, so it does have some structure in there, but it also has some free nature play
free
as well.
time.
Yes.
That's really great that some things are, encouraged for homeschoolers, because I'm sure they're always looking for a venue to do some, field trip kind of things, and that's really nice for them.
Yes.
too.
Yeah, especially after, during the height of the pandemic too, it was a really great way for a lot of kids who had never been homeschooled before to still get out and learn in a classroom-like setting, but also being out in nature as well. So.
Yeah, absolutely terrific. Now, are these classes available for Palos Heights residents, Illinois residents? I mean, is there some sort of filtering of who can be involved?
Not really. It's just whoever would like to attend, really. I mean, I've had participants come all the way from Schaumburg and all the way from Indiana even. So it's really open to anyone who wants to just get outside and learn about that topic that they're interested in. So.
Oh, that's great. That's good. Let's talk about like school field trips. I know when I was teaching, I did come to the Lake Katherine for field trips, and they were pretty terrific. And the kids are so exuberant and happy to be in nature. It's been a really great thing. Yeah. So do you get a lot of school groups?
Now we have, yes. So last year was the first time that I experienced having school groups come back. I started in 2020, so I didn't get to, yes.
What a year.
So I didn't get to experience the whole scope of the position yet and realize how many schools actually are interested in coming out. But it's incredible how many schools reached out to come out and just get outside with their kids. Everyone was incredibly excited to get outside. So it was really exciting to have as many school groups as we did, and just everyone leaving with a smile on their face and excited to learn more about nature.
Yes, and it's different going to a park in the community or your backyard. You really feel, and you are, in nature with animals and trees and bushes and shrubs and butterflies and things that even children in any kind of venue can experience some of these things in their backyard, but it's nothing like being in our version of the suburb wilderness.
Right.
It's not exactly the wilderness, but it does feel like it to little ones. Yeah,
absolutely.
I think teachers are pretty enthusiastic about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a fun season. It's very busy, and we get a lot of volunteers to help out, and we have our other staff help out. I've helped out. It's a busy season, and it's fun to get all the kids out and see all their smiling faces.
It really is. Yeah, and they are leaping and jumping. They are just so happy.
Yes.
They're like little colts. They're so exuberant. So along with some programs that are like the birdhouses or the other things that you macrame, that sounds like fun. But are there just like a lecture? I want to come and hear some particular topic I might be interested in. Is there that type of thing being offered?
Yeah, that's more of if you reach out to us, if you're an organization such as like a library or another nature center, wherever it might be, if you want to reach out to us, we can absolutely form a presentation for you and come to your program or to come to your organization, or we can go anywhere, or you can come to us and we can make that happen.
Okay, that's great, because sometimes you do have an organization looking for something that's interesting to people, so they just call you and see what they can work out with you.
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. What about for a while, and I think currently the area like Katherine has a private events kind of venue that people can connect with, maybe have some kind of shower, wedding, whatever. Is that still available?
Yeah, there's multiple locations. There's our auditorium, which is in the actual nature center itself, and then there's the clubhouse, which is much more preferred by a lot of people, but both are great locations depending on what type of event you're trying to do. But they do get rented out very often, so if you are looking for a date, I would definitely.
Yes. Our weekends are booking up pretty quickly this year already.
Yes.
And then we also have our ceremony spaces, so there's the anniversary garden if you're familiar with the outside of Lake Katherine, and then we also have our waterfall space where people sometimes do small ceremony weddings.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
yeah,
didn't
there's
know
quite a
that.
few spaces to have private events, but it's just a matter of getting them.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And so that is maybe for your smaller venue, right? I mean, it wouldn't be a party of 300 or
Correct.
400.
Yeah. The max is 130 participants in the people
Yes,
in the
yeah.
yes in the auditorium, and I believe 100 in the clubhouse. So.
Okay. What about being outside? Someone wants to have a party outdoors. I mean, they might have the ceremony outdoors by the lake. That's beautiful. Can they have their reception in the outdoors?
Yes, we do have one option, which is the festival grounds. It's kind of just an open field area, and people set up large tents, and that is definitely for larger events. People can house, more than 130, so that is an option.
Okay. Well, that's nice, particularly for people that are, close by, to have a different option rather than the traditional venue. What about if there is a party going on? Does that interfere at all with people who want to walk the lake, walk their dog around, or just sit there and enjoy the waterfall? Is it like off limits at that time?
If there is a ceremony happening in the anniversary garden, there will be the sidewalk right there will be closed off, but you could still go around the waterfall. You could go down the service drive, and you could still get around. But the entire place isn't like shut down or anything.
Okay.
So yeah, you could
Okay.
definitely walk around.
That's good. And watch a wedding from
I was
the
going to say, and
distance.
see a beautiful bride. So
Really fun
Yes.
when you're there and there's brides all over the place. It's
Yes.
it's really a cute thing. All right. Well, is there any other thing? I know that there are like the pollinator garden. I mean, I think, Lake Catherine, it depends on volunteers to come in too. Is that right?
Yes.
yes.
Absolutely. We have a volunteer base of about 60 volunteers, and they all have, their different specialties. We have the herb garden and the butterfly garden. There's the prairie. They're kind of all niche areas, and people pick their interests kind of, and if we have an open spot, they can volunteer with us.
Okay. Well, that sounds like really fun because then you're outdoors and you're with other people, and I know people really enjoy volunteering for things. Now, I did mention a pollinator gardening, which that seems to be like so important right now to kind of increase our bees and butterflies and all kinds of things. Is that like something you do there? Is it something you kind of work people through so they can put a garden in their yard so we can all increase monarchs and whatever? Is that something that people can look into there?
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of a similar thing with if you wanted us to do a presentation for you. We have had people reach out to do kind of landscape consultations, or schools, libraries, those kind of places that have space that they want to maybe install a pollinator garden. And so my boss and I can go out to you and look at your yard and kind of see what opportunities you have there, and kind of help you along to maybe install a pollinator garden so that you can have nature in your school.
Oh yeah, that would be a really great idea.
There's also, it's not for a while, but it's in May, is the native plant sale that Sophie and the chief naturalist Gareth do. They sell native plants, which are great for creating diversity in your garden and attracting pollinators as well. So.
And that's in May, so if
Yes,
people
the
go on
first
Facebook
Saturday
or
in May.
Oh, the first Saturday. Okay, that's good to know. Because I know people really want people are into outdoors and gardening and animals and insects. They really want to do the right thing and get those plants. And they're native to the area, so they actually do grow, which is really great. So the first Saturday in May. Okay, that sounds really great. Any other special event coming up?
Yeah, so in April we have our spring egg hunt and hike, which is a family event. We set up various stations around the waterfall, and we have a little animal meet and greet, but it's kind of usually based around spring theme, and families can come out and do a little egg hunt and then also get to learn about some animals or whatever activity we're also doing around there.
And is that something they would just show up for? Do they need to sign up?
They
so
do
you
need to
know?
register, yes, they do need to register for it, just so that we can limit so it's not overcrowded or anything, and make sure that we have the right materials for the right amount of people. So.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because, you know, by April, everyone's ready to
Yes.
head out
Goodness
somewhere.
gracious, yes.
So that you could have like an overwhelming crowd if you didn't have some sort of control over
Yes.
the numbers of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much for coming in today, Tara and Sophie. Is there anything before we go that you feel like you'd like the viewers to know? I mean, anything besides, we kind of covered a lot.
Yeah.
I guess right now is kind of our slower season, so we are making a lot of changes to the nature center. So we hope you'll come out and check it out and see what's changed, and just visit us and come say hello.
Yeah.
So
Great. Well, now you know two good people to contact. Tara and Sophie, they're there, I imagine, most days. And you can kind of get with the programs. You can just go there. I mean, you just walk around like Katherine. It's a beautiful place to be if you haven't been there, and I bet you have been. Anyway, thanks for watching us. This is Around Payless. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.